Broadcasting from the Dixon Petunia Festival Sweetland Studios, this is Along the Rock.
Hello again and welcome to our podcast, Along the Rock. We pay homage to the residents of the Sauk Valley and also the river that runs through it. Our guest today is Dixon Municipal Band Director, Jon James. Jon,
hey.
Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you bet. Just thinking about this, I grew up in Aurora, and not unlike hundreds of towns in this country, municipal bands, town bands, civic bands, depending on what they call it, but
yeah,
really a part of Americana, especially in the summer months.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Dixon's no different. We have summer concerts. We do 10. It's going to start this year. June 5th is going to be our first one. It's Thursday nights at Page Park. It's right by the high school there, right along the Rock River, as you mentioned.
Sure.
And they start at 7:30. We basically go 10 straight weeks. Aside of the one concert that's special, and that's our 4th of July one, is in a different location. But yes, I grew up in Bradley, Bourbonnais, Kankakee area, South Chicago, and I started playing in a municipal band in Kankakee probably my junior year of high school. So yeah.
Okay, so you're way familiar with the way they work. There are some bands, I presume, in smaller towns that the musicians are kind of volunteers.
Yep.
Not quite that way in Dixon, though. Huh?
No, they're paid a little fee to come in for rehearsal and then the performance. That way, if anything, pay for some gas and stuff like that. Time out of your life that you're coming to dedicate to that rehearsal and dedicate to the concert and everything else. And so yeah, they're paid a small fee.
What kind of music does the audience sitting out on a bright summer evening want to hear?
Oh, that varies very much, and so that's why.
What do you specialize in?
Well, of course, everyone wants to march. They like their marches. Sure, that is for sure. But I mean, you put in there. You can put in old overtures or newer music. That's they're still writing music for concert bands. Constantly. So we pull some of that new stuff in. You can throw some medleys of like musicals. They tend to like the musicals.
Sure.
Even the older, newer ones like Wicked or something like that. You can throw some jazz stuff in there. If you find a good arrangement of it. But yeah, just mix it up. Mix it up. I find that they like the mix of different things.
Okay, and that's up to you as
yes,
terms of.
Yep. I sometimes
am
giving suggestions. I'm
Sure.
open to suggestions. They're like, hey, why don't we try this? And if I can find it, we'll do it.
Soft soap. Yeah, you don't want to start ordering people around when you've got a band behind you.
No, yeah, right.
Now, do you play with the band occasionally?
Not so much.
Okay.
Every now and then, I could pick up a trumpet, play along, or but not so much.
Does your wife play? Or
yes, she's a principal chair clarinetist, and she's done a few things on sax too, as per needed. But yeah.
All right. Do you solicit other musicians from other towns?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
If they're free on a Monday to rehearse and Thursday, come on and play. I mean, yeah, absolutely. We have all the way from Iowa. Some people come in and play.
Really?
Yeah.
Far, huh?
But yeah, all local communities. It depends mostly on what nights you're free. Especially in the summer months.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Usually, a particular band will play on a particular night.
Yeah.
And, weather permitting, and
yes, weather permitting, absolutely.
Go from there.
That doesn't always cooperate, but
yeah. And I was amazed when you told me how many concerts. The 10 in the summer, of course,
yes.
But there are lots of other musical venues that you
yes.
and Dixon are involved in.
Yeah, I mean, we do the 10, concerts in the summer. Like I said, it starts June 5th and goes around the second week of August. But we do a Christmas concert. This year is going to be December 6th, and that's done at the Dixon Historic Theater.
Okay.
And so we do that every year. We have a spring concert that's usually around March. We haven't worked that date out yet because we have a guest soloist coming in, Tom Scott from LA Express, his sax soloist. We're working out the details, so that date's not quite set. And that's, like I said, at Dixon Historic Theater as well. But we also do 3 parades. We do the Memorial Day Parade, where we march that, and then we end up at Oakwood Cemetery, and they do a very nice Memorial Day ceremony out there.
Okay.
Then we do, of course, the Petunia Fest is a big, festival in Dixon. We march that parade, And then, weather permitting, especially, we do a St. Patrick's Day parade. We've added it a few years ago, but that sometimes, it could be snowing on St. Patrick's Day, so you never know.
I've always felt so bad for these band members when you see them in a parade and it's like 20 degrees out.
Yes, it's not fun.
How do you even play? At that temperature, I can't even move my mouth.
Yeah,
So.
and we also do Scarecrow Festivals, the fall thing they do, and we put a smaller group together for that. And yeah, we do several different little things in there. So we perform much more than 10 concerts.
4 days of nonstop fun. The 2025 Dixon Petunia Festival is the place to be this July 3rd through 6th, with concerts, fireworks, food, the parade, and much more. Full lineup at petuniafestival.org.
Do you ever mix in any vocals?
We're working on that. We've done it before, yes. But not as much as I'd like. We need to get some monitors for them. It's, vocalists, it's hard for them maybe to hear sometimes without like speakers facing them.
Right.
We don't have that set up right now, but
Okay.
we're looking to get that so we can add a vocalist in.
And I suppose sometimes it's a soloist.
Yes. And we have soloists play sometimes within the band and stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. If someone wants to get involved in Dixon specifically, Sterling's band, of course, has been well known and
Yes.
playing for a long time.
Yes.
Does Rock Falls have a municipal band?
No, they do not.
Okay.
No.
So I mentioned some of your musicians probably come over from,
Yeah, they come
Rock
from,
Falls.
yep.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of requests in the off season, so to speak? Not that it's a big off season, but for people, musicians who want to come over and play and
Oh, sure.
aren't quite sure how to
Sure.
get involved.
Yeah, all they really got to do, Kathy, like I said, my wife, Kathy James, is the personnel manager, and she handles all of that. She's probably the easiest one to get a hold of, who can give all the details, and that's usually who contacts. But anyway, I've been contacted, different members of the band. Sometimes, they ask, how can I be part of the band? But it all, you can contact Kathy's usually the person we hand it off to, who handles a lot of that.
I just happen to have Kathy's address here, the online address that is. Kathy James, that's Kathy with a C.
Yes.
Kathy James, no spacing there. 76 at yahoo.com.
Correct. It
Right?
might be an L in there, I'm not sure. Kathy L. James, I'm not sure, but.
Okay, well, try them both.
Yep.
And once again, Kathy James, Kathy with a C, possibly an L between Kathy and James. The number 76 and at yahoo.com.
Absolutely.
And, appreciate you coming up, and I'm just happy that it's getting to be the time of the year when you can go sit outside and listen to some good music.
Yes, and we're looking forward to it every year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's still been kind of chilly lately, and also very windy, which can have a good effect on certain musicians.
Sitting outside and doing music with music, on your stand, you clip it as much as you can. But when you get these windy nights, it can be a nightmare to try and
All right. Jon James, once again, thanks for coming up.
No problem. Thanks for asking.
Looking forward to the summer months in particular. That's when you're most busy, and after that, go from there.
Yeah.
So, also like to thank our crew here at the old ranch for putting this show together and allowing us to host and produce. And I hope you can join us next time and every time thereafter along the